Excuse the boxes and totes in the background. We're in the process of the final downsizing. This video is going to be on our desktop editing monster. And we call it the editing monster because it really is the editing monster. It is a beast. It is the best processor that you can get right now. It's the most memory you can put in on the board. It is the best graphics card you can buy right now. It is all SSD or Optane storage, and it has some Seagate Iron Wolf Pro hard drives in it that we use for our NOS editing. As you know, we use the gaming laptop to do a lot of our editing when we're on the road. But when we are stationary, we love using the desktop. Kelly really enjoys using the desktop. The scrubbing, there's no skipping in the scrubbing, and we can run at full resolution. We can edit all the way up to 8K footage on here and render it down very, very fast. The machine can be used in a team setting where you can edit on one machine and then send the file to this machine to have it rendered. We found that very useful to be able to use this for rendering and to keep pushing forward on the other machine. Push out a couple videos on the same day, no big deal. It is RGB. And basically, I have them set off of their own temperature. So the motherboard's color is from the CPU temperature: green, yellow, orange, and red. Red being bad. Never seen it go red. The memory is the same way. The video card is the same way, as well as the fans. Also pick up on temperature, and their color is that. The fans are normally always blue. The video card is normally always green. The memory is normally a yellow, which isn't bad at all. The motherboard is between green and yellow depending on what we're using it for. But for the most part, I mean, it just chugs along. The reason we like the desktop editing machine is it speeds everything up so fast that we can spend less time doing the same thing on this that we can even do on our gaming laptop, which actually edits and renders very fast as well. But this just frees up more time for us to be out with our kids, having fun, having more adventures. So that's why we have this. It is going to make it into the RV. We are having a custom desk built, a very purpose-built desk, and I'm pretty excited to show you guys that video when that comes out. And everything will have a place, all the plugs, everything's super highly organized. And it's going to be a actively cooled desk. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with you guys. But we'll check in with Kelly and see what her opinion is of using the desktop editing monster versus using the gaming laptop for editing. So what do you like about the desktop editing monster versus using the gaming laptop?
So I like that the screen is a lot bigger on this one. Was the first thing that was different for me. I like the fact that I have a full monitor. And I like that if I want to, I can move things around and make it so that my screen is bigger or whatever. Because now that we've got a decent video card in this computer, it can play without having any kind of lag or anything. There's no buffering at all, which is really, really nice. And then there's also the scrubbing works perfectly so that the video card and the processor can now keep up completely with whatever it is that I am trying to do. And I also have it where I can do full resolution and it'll still real-time scrub. Whereas with the gaming laptop, it has to be on quarter. We can't use the full quality on the gaming laptop because it can't keep up with it. It definitely will run Premiere Pro, and it does a very good job considering for technology, it's an old computer now. It's a couple years old, so it's not as good as some of the newer computers will do, but it definitely does a great job. I'm able to edit it edit on that computer just fine. It does do the rendering a little bit longer than this one will. It takes about 30 minutes for one of our episodes, which are, I mean, you guys know how long our videos are. They're not terribly long. They're usually under 10 minutes. So that takes about 30 minutes on the gaming laptop, whereas on this thing, it takes like 5. I don't know if you've watched any of our other videos based on this, but we do render everything on max setting. So we do the max video, max audio, we do 2 passes, and then the sliders are all the way up on everything quality wise. So we do expect a lot from our computer when we go to render a video. And this thing, it doesn't even hiccup. It's wonderful. I also really like the fact that we now have 2 computers that can edit. So for times like now where we're trying to pack and get out and be somewhere, we can have a couple of videos where I've edited one back to back, which is the case right now. And so I can either go ahead and edit all of the videos that I want to back on this computer, and then we can render them back to back again. Or I can edit the first one on here, go ahead and render it on here, and then move to the editing or the gaming laptop to edit the next one while this one is rendering. So then I can then put that next video that I finished on the gaming laptop over here in the queue to be rendered on here automatically if I want it to. So that's nice having 2 editing capable computers. I definitely prefer working on this computer. It's faster. It doesn't have any lag, which while the other computer does work, it does have lag, and that takes time, which I'm a mom of 4, so I don't have a whole lot of that at my disposal. So any time that it can save me, I am all for. But yeah, so.
All right, guys, so that's it for our editing monster. If you have any technical questions about how I built this very specifically, we use Adobe Premiere Pro and Creative Cloud. So I built this machine to be an editing machine, not a gaming machine. There's only one laptop I know of that is actually built for editing, and that's the Razer Blade, and it's their 15-inch, and it's their creative one. That's the only laptop I know of that was specifically built for Premiere Pro. This desktop was built very specifically for Premiere Pro. It even has Premiere Pro Creative Cloud specific video card drivers, so the video card gets used, and that's why we get to render so fast. So if you have any questions, just go ahead and ask them down in the comments below. We are going to be writing a more detailed blog post with all the links to all the gear that I used, and that'll all be down below too. And the links will also be in the blog post, so you can check them out there, and you can actually look at the products and the pieces that I used to put this machine together. That's it for today, guys. We are on to the next adventure.